Armenians what they think of those people. But now, the people told me that they had the message that they would fly people from the United States over there and have human sacrifice rituals, and then they would deposit their bodies or their ashes into the sea, because this great temple of the Mayan, modern temple of blood, goes into the ocean there. Now, I thought this was so fantastic. Why would they load people up, dissidents or whoever, opposing the New World Order? Why would they load them up on aircraft? Couldn't they? I know they're building gulags in America.
Well, we know they've built in Oklahoma the giant federal distribution center for prisoners, and they say the thing is so huge it could do 1 million people in just a few days. I mean, it's way bigger than what they need. They're just a few prisoners a day going through there, and they're like, it's just gigantic.
Well, that's what escapes me. But on the other hand, I've been pondering this for many years now, and then suddenly with this so-called war on terror, we learn about that euphemism, Alex, extraordinary rendition. What are they doing?
Secretly grabbing U.S. citizens and flying them out to, quote, ghost sites or black sites all over the world.
According to European newspapers, there are at least 37 Gulag United States prisons around the world.
And what did General Tagumbu, the Army General's own report, say? Raping children in front of their parents, raping people with acid dripping off huge objects, only the most satanic stuff you can imagine. Just absolutely amazing. Okay, Tex, we're going to go to break. I'm going to talk to you behind scenes. When we come back, we're going to take 5 quick phone calls. In fact, we'll even start doing that during the behind the scenes from the folks that are holding Daniel, Scott, Steve, Travis, and Josh. And Tex, this is so important. Can I have you back in the next few weeks just for an hour just to take phone calls? Because this has been so riveting, but I also love the questions that listeners ask.
Glad to do it, because this is a massive 624-page book, and the evidence goes on and on.
Absolutely. On your TV screen is a picture of the cover of the book, Mysterious Monuments, Encyclopedia of Secret Illuminati Designs, Masonic Architecture, and Occult Practices. And, folks, it's available for $35. It's huge. It's a phone book. I mean, to print this thing, I bet this book costs $10-12 a piece to print. It is available, I know, because I printed a few books myself. It is available right now at Infowars.com. Or by calling 888-253-3139. Please get your copy today. 888-253-3139 is a toll-free number. Or go to TextMars.com or PowerProphecy.com. Tex, fire out your toll-free number for a free newsletter.
Sure. 1-800-234-9673. And the friendly receptionist, just tell her or him to have like a free copy of this month's newsletter.
And I should add, Tex, that it's a free monthly one. People get a free subscription. Give the number out quickly.
Sure, 1-800-234-9673.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back, Tex. Stay there. Okay, Tex, that was on the main radio transmission. Now we're behind the scenes just on the web. I wanted to bring up a side issue here. I don't normally get into distractions and diversions, but I have found it's been destructive, not of me and what I'm doing, waking people up, but of people out there who aren't as sophisticated or don't have the discernment that we have, haven't been in it that long. I've always had you on to talk about the corruption of the Catholic Church, and I say it's New World Order and say it's bad. But then I still try not to get into some denominational infighting, because as we know, all the big ones are run by the New World Order.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the point of debating? And we've said it's, I sell books that cover it, sell your books that cover it, I have guests on constantly. There's a particular individual that puts out books about the Catholic Church being behind everything, and I've just said that I believe the people saying that are nuts, because I mean, they themselves, not the information, but a lot of their info's wrong too, but that they themselves are a bunch of wicked accusers, because they say I'm a Vatican killer and definitely Catholic, and my family, we're Protestant, famous Protestants from Texas. You married my wife and I, you're a Protestant, or I'd say a Baptist. I'm not sure what you are, Tex. I just know you're not Catholic. What would you call yourself?
These guys are nuts.
Well, but I mean, my whole point is that that it's insane. I mean, they say I'm all sorts of stuff. They say on the message boards I should be killed. They say I never cover this when I do. And I think they're very destructive. I don't believe the minions are government agents, but I think some of the leadership may actually be doing this to divide our movement and to discredit people, because, you know, they say that you are a Vatican assassin. I'm sure you know that now. They say that Texe Mars works for the Vatican when for 20 years you've been writing about it and saying it's bad. They are such false accusers, but their minions can't ever admit they have been involved in false accusations and bearing false witness. It's just amazing, Texe.
Well, you know, they get faceted on one little aspect. And, you know, that's why during this program, you and I mentioned that if you're a Christian, you need to oppose these things, because this is a false theocracy, a false religion. So whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant or even a Jew or a Muslim, you should oppose the New World Order. So, you know, back to this.
But my whole point is, we know what it is. They're jealous that Texe Mars works 15 hours a day. They're jealous that Alex Jones... See, we're successful because we're doing this for the right reason, trying to save our family, save this country, warn people. We bring others on, you bring others on, we build each other up. We're not in competition with each other. We're trying to fight the New World Order. But I found... there's hundreds of groups. The people saying I cover up for Israel when I expose it. I just don't hate Jews, just like you don't.
Well, every once in a while I send you a letter. I get dozens. I'll send you my response back, just so you'll sort of.
No, I've seen them. Yeah.
Well, you know, and here's why. You know, here you are working your back end off, and I know how hard you work, and it's evidenced by the documentation you present on your show. And you put your life out there. Hey, they didn't go down to Waco and stick their finger in the face of a FBI agent who was trying to soft soap what happened at Waco like you did. I saw that on TV. Where are these people at? They didn't go with their bullhorn in New York behind Geraldo Rivera, who was calling y'all a bunch of wackos. But let me say something, Alex, and I hope we're still on the air now.
Yes.
I am convinced that if it had not been for the 9/11 Truth Movement and even the Alex Jones Show and all of the documentation and videos you put out, hey, we would have already had nuclear war. They had it on their agenda. They planned it.
I agree. And Texe, now we're on the edge of a whole new deal, and we're all busy fighting with each other. It's got to stop, folks. I'm genuine. Texe is genuine. You need to focus on fighting the New World Order. Here we go. Live. Final segment. Well, we've had him for almost 2.5 hours. We got to let him go. I just got to have Texe back in studio, hopefully in the near future. He's a very busy man. Let's go to your calls right now. Let's go to Daniel in Illinois. Daniel, your question for Texe Mars.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know, how does black nobility tie into all of this? And Texe, if you could tell me who are like the top families in what you all talk about.
Okay, here we go. Thanks for the great question. Black nobility out of Genoa, out of Italy.
Yeah, the black nobility is based in Europe, and they're involved with the European Bank and the European Union putting it all together. So that is the black nobility. And I believe that extends also to those people that are pushing such things as the Da Vinci Code, and, you know, that chapel at René Le Chateau, and the devil god in there, and all that's involved with the black nobility. And of course, you have the Habsburg dynasty. They're still very big. Queen Elizabeth, all of the the British set are very much involved. And look what happened to Princess Diana when she became engaged to a Muslim there. She was most definitely assassinated. We know that. So that's the black nobility. As far as some of the other names, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds seem to be primary, and you'll see pictures of their estates and the various symbols and things in Mysterious Monuments, the whole section.
Got to go to the next call here. Got to move fast. Try to get everybody in. Let's go ahead and talk to Scott in Arizona. You're on the air. Thanks for holding, Scott.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a statement and a question real quick. My statement is that, as you were saying, that these people really believe in Satan, and the elitists really put their time into demon worship. And what I wanted to say is the Bible also says that that we fight in principality and powers, not flesh and blood, and that this is not only a an information war, but also a spiritual warfare that's going on behind the scenes, been going on for a long time. That's the statement I want to make. And the question I have is there any whistleblowers on the inside of these higher-up elitists?
Yeah, and they throw them out. I mean, you always hear about Rockefeller secretaries being shot or thrown out of windows. They're killing their people all the time. Tex?
Oh yeah, one of the younger Rothschilds was found suicided in a hotel room, and they say he hung himself with a necktie. So, so there we have Sinclair was also killed after he went to the Holy Land and began to shoot his mouth off too much. So this thing happens, and even here in the United States, the deputy director of the FBI, O'Neill, was found dead, and they claimed he was killed.
If you look at royalty and
Trade Center towers.
If you look at elitist and royalty, there's much higher statistics of being murdered, being drowned, dying suspiciously. Then they're always killing each other throughout history to cover stuff up.